Seton Motley is on the line with us, the president of Less Government. His Twitter is @Seton Motley, SetonMotley. And Seton, welcome back to the program.
Greetings, Tom. How are you?
I am great, but I'll get better, Seton. I hope the same is true of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The sociopaths or psychopaths, actually, let's stick with sociopaths. Sociopaths are defined as people who are incapable of experiencing empathy for others. They view other people as objects on a chessboard, as things to manipulate in their universe, but they themselves don't actually feel the feelings of other people. They feel their own feelings, sometimes in very exaggerated ways. They think that they are the center of the entire universe. And they're about 5% of the population, generally speaking, although, according to the Financial Times, among bankers and traders, it's probably a majority of them. But in any case, the question that I want to ask you, listen, this is a gay military guy asking a question at the Republican debate. Here he is.
Do you intend to circumvent the progress that's been made for gay and lesbian soldiers in the military?
Yeah.
Okay, so question number one. Are those people sociopaths?
No, they're booing the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. They're not booing the guy. That's been a total lie that's been made up about that clip.
Okay.
They're not booing the soldier. They're booing the subject matter of his question.
Okay, so they're booing gay people, basically. Okay, so here's Rick Perry being asked about executions.
Your state has executed 234 death row inmates, more than any other governor in modern times. Have you...
Are those people applauding sociopaths?
No. They're, if only the Democrat Party at a debate had the balls to say you're in favor of a policy that's aborted 20 million human beings.
Well, unfortunately, there is no Democrat Party in the United States. It's the Democratic Party. But okay, there is no Democrat Party. It's the Democratic Party. I know
that's an adjective. You're supposed to use a noun in that.
The official name of the party, Seton, is the Democratic Party. I know that you guys like to drop the ick because it makes it sound like Democratic, and that sounds like a good word, and also the Democrat sounds like rat. I got that. I read Frank Luntz's memo on that from a few years back. Here's a guy. This is a question that was put to Ron Paul. Excuse me. Here we go.
Are you saying the society should just let him die?
No.
Yeah, just let him die. Sociopaths?
Answer my question. What about why aren't the Democrats applauding 20 million aborted babies?
I haven't heard any applause for that. Here is Rick Scott talking about laying off government workers.
We have 15,000 less government jobs in the state of Florida.
Now, I'll tell you, Seton, in answer to your question, because you're probably going to persist and keep asking it, if I ever heard a Democratic audience applaud 15,000 or 15 million abortions or anything like that, I would say those are probably sociopaths too. I have never heard that in my entire life, and I've been around Democratic politics for a long, long time.
Because they're ashamed of their policy.
And you and I both know it. Nobody applauds abortions. Nobody applauds abortions. People are applauding letting people die. They're applauding executing people, and they're applauding people being fired. Tell me that the Republican base and that frankly, that some of the Republican candidates are not sociopaths.
Let's take them piecemeal. Firing government workers is a huge step towards economic recovery. No problem there.
That is nonsense, and these are human beings who lost their jobs. How can somebody who has empathy applaud human beings losing their jobs?
Because it's better for the. You always talk about the bigger, broader good. It's better for the bigger, broader good, and we recognize that.
Reducing the number of people who are getting wages and benefits. That's good. That's good for America.
They're getting it on the backs of other people, Tom. They're leeches.
They're leeches. Teachers, doctors,
by definition, if they're not creating
firefighters, they don't create anything. They're leeches, right?
They don't create. Government is a black hole.
So firefighters are leeches. Police officers are leeches. Our judiciary system, they're leeches, right? Our judges, they're all leeches.
By definition, are they creating wealth or are they leeching off somebody else's wealth?
They are creating a society in which it is possible for people to create wealth. See, it's very, very simple. If you are one of the people who is creating a society in which it is possible to create wealth, then by my definition, you're not a leech. You're part of. Do you think that the NFL referees are leeches?
Tom, What about the 800,000 non-essential federal employees?
Do you think that the NFL referees are leeches?
No, because they're part of a system that creates wealth.
They're part of a system that allows players to play.
No, it's part. The NFL is a self-contained unit that creates a lot of wealth. The government is not.
The NFL is a socialist
analogy,
institution, you realize.
What?
It's a socialist institution.
It creates wealth, Tom. Therefore, by definition, it's not a socialist institution.
The NFL is very socialist. In fact, they say every year the first pick goes to the people who are the least successful last time around. Tell me that's not socialist.
At the end of the day, it creates wealth, which no socialist entity does. Therefore, you're wrong. Go ahead.
So, okay. So, if we had no court system, no police, no fire system, none of the leeches.
Once again, answer my question. What about firing the 800,000 non-essential personnel at the federal level as defined by the federal government? Let's fire them. They're non-essential by the government's definition. Let's fire them.
Among those people are the people who are working at the Social Security Administration. I would say if you're on Social Security, you would consider them essential.
No, but the government doesn't consider them essential.
The definition of essential is capable of dealing with an emergency or capable of dealing with a disaster. Come on,
Tom. Their employers consider them non-essential.
That's a legal phrase.
What?
Seaton, that's a legal phrase. The judges are considered non-essential employees.
Their job. It's an assessment of their job. They're non-essential personnel. Let's get rid of them.
You have dragged us off into this little cul-de-sac that has nothing to do with the larger issue, which I'm asking you about, which is, tell me why applauding the death penalty, applauding, booing a guy who's gay, applauding is.
Tom, that's a lie. You're lying right now. They booed Don't Ask, Don't Tell being repealed. Don't lie.
You were there?
Yes.
You talked to some of the people who booed?
No,
they told you that?
Issue. They talked. There were a bunch of interviews with people. They said we weren't booing the soldier. We were booing the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. There were several interviews with people after the event.
Yeah,
stop making stuff up, Tom. I know you're running out of things
I am
to work
not.
with, so stop making stuff up.
Okay, let's hear that again. That Jacob, the gay soldier. You tell me how this sounds.
Do you intend to circumvent the progress that's been made for gay and lesbian soldiers in the military?
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question, Tom. Did they start booing when he said, "I'm a soldier"? No, they did not. Did they start booing when he said, "I'm a gay soldier"? No, they did not. They didn't start booing until he said he wanted the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell to be in place.
So they were booing.
So they were not booing him. They didn't boo the fact that he was a gay soldier. They booed the fact that he wants to maintain the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Right. That he wants there to be gays able to be openly gay. So they were booing gays in the military.
They're booing, yes, openly gay in the military. Absolutely. Right. They want Don't Ask, Don't Tell back.
So I think you made my case. They are sociopaths. They have no ability to empathize with those people.
The leftist mantra, out of whole cloth.
Seton Motley, Less Government, Twitter @SetonMotley. Thanks, Seton.
Tom.
Good talking with you.